So 2-3 days later, check your jars, and you'll see some really tiny little plantlets growing already. They might not be green because at this point they haven't had enough sunlight yet. What you do is you finally lift off the tip of your jar so you can let light in. What light? Where do I put it? So don't put it in immediate exposed sunlight, like full sunlight. Keep it out in normal ambient light, indoor, or like by the window. If you keep it by the window, make sure that it's not fully exposed to the sun. Think of it as a newborn child. You also wouldn't want to expose that right in the heat of the sun. Just keep it protected, but give it the right amount of sunlight, and it will then start growing. It will start turning green because the photosynthesis will start. Now, you have the nutrients, the plants will start growing. After 2 weeks, what you have to do is top up a little bit of water, and then you put 5 drops of each nutrient A and nutrient B into the water again. By that point, you will see here that the roots are already growing. They're looking for the water. What happens, it's okay if it's not full of water, because if the roots are exposed to oxygen, if they get air, if they're not fully submerged, that's also very good. That's very healthy for the plant as well. What you can see here on this plant, for example, I'm super happy. You can see like nice full-grown root system and really beautiful roots. And we have this one here in a black jar. We just sprayed it. Why black? Because although it looks really nice to see the roots floating in here, but what happens is that because this is organic material, when sun hits the roots, it grows algae. So, and algae makes, you can see here, this plant is suffering a little bit. The roots are a little bit, they have a little bit of algae. It looks nicer though to see the roots, but it's not really what we want. So in nature also, the roots are in the ground and they're protected from the sunlight. It's only the leaves themselves, they absorb the sun, so not the roots. So we want to keep the roots away from the sunlight. And we do this by just wrap it with some newspaper or whatever, build something nice for it, give your plant a name. We found that if you give your plant a name, it will survive a lot better and it will be happier. And that's basically it. You don't need to look after your plant that much. Make sure that the water level is always right, so it doesn't run completely low on water. But what happens is your plant will keep growing and growing and growing. It will drink the water that you have in the jar. Keep topping up the nutrients. Don't put too many. After 2 weeks or so, put another couple of drops, maybe 5 drops of each. Not too little, because then you starve it. Not too much, because you'll overfeed it, and overfeeding will actually cause the roots to burn out. And this is it. Congratulations, I made you an urban farmer now. This, in 2-3 weeks time, maybe 4 weeks time, you'll have a nice little plant, a rucola plant, a basil plant, whatever you choose to grow, and enjoy the labor of the fruit of your labor. And hit us up, follow Eat Urban Greens on Facebook and on Instagram. Send us messages, send us pictures of your plants, and if you have any questions, send us all of those through Facebook and Instagram as well. My name is Ralph, and thanks for joining.